This month's TV 47 Star Student of the Month from Munford High School.
And we welcome Amber Lakey this morning, and she is a sophomore at Munford High School. And she is joined by Nefertiti LeBeau, who is a science teacher at Munford. We welcome you both here this morning.
Thank you.
And AEA Week, and Amber, you're here in our studios this morning with Miss LeBeau. I know you're excited about AEA Week. Tell the people about yourself a little bit.
My name's Amber Lakey, and I'm a sophomore. I'm really interested in English and language arts. I participate in archery and senior beta, and I'm just really passionate about English and language arts.
Are you really passionate about AEA Week too?
Yes. Yes.
You have plans for this week, or just hanging out at the home?
Just hanging out at home.
Okay. And Miss LeBeau, I know that you are one of the teachers at Munford, and you're her science teacher?
Well, I was her science teacher last year, yes.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about what you know about Amber.
Well, Ms. Lakey had an impression on me early on. She is definitely a go-getter. She was one of the top students of my class. She was in my pre-AP biology class, which is very, very rigorous. But she was definitely up for the challenge, and she rose to the occasion, became one of the top students, not only in her class, but in my class as well.
Amber, was it a challenge being in Miss LeBeau's class?
Oh, definitely, yes.
What is, and I'll ask you both this question, Amber, we'll begin with you. What do you see so special about Munford High School?
Munford High School is really, it's not just the curriculum and the classes they offer, but the way the teachers teach you is different than you're taught anywhere else. It's challenge and they mentor you at the same time. It's definitely a special way to be taught at Munford.
Ms. LeBeau, how long have you taught at Munford?
I've taught at Munford for 2 years, a total of 9 years teaching altogether.
And Munford High School, a special place to you too? Oh, what is special to you about it?
Definitely. Just coming into the community and getting to know the community and the students as well have been great. The involvement is awesome. I just love everything that we have going on at the school. We right now are really driving with our STEAM initiative, and that's science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And so we're trying to really enhance that across the board. We're underway with PBLs. And just engaging in their real world situations. And we just really love how we challenge the students, rigorous coursework across the board. So,
is that a 4A school?
Yes,
okay.
It is.
How many students do we have there in the high school, do you know?
Approximately about between 450 and 500.
Okay. Amber Lakey is our Star Student of the Month. She's a sophomore at Munford High School, and you're really involved in a lot of activities with the school, but I want to talk about you're taking a lot of pre-college classes.
Yes.
Talk about those this morning.
I'm currently enrolled in all pre-AP classes except for my electives and history. History, I'm actually enrolled in a college course right now. I've already earned college credit for the first semester, and what that program does is it's a history professor at Munford, and we take the college course on the same curriculum and the rigor that we would if we were actually at a university, and at the end we get college credit that's transferable to almost every university.
And that's a plus for you after your high school career.
Oh, yes.
And, so that's wonderful. And you participate in the dual enrollment program, which allows you to earn those college credits for History 201 and History 202. Do you like history?
I do love history. I actually used to not like history until I started taking the college course, and now it's interesting. It's American history, so it goes from the very, very back of time to closer to present, and as we get closer to present, you can see how current events are tying into the past events, and it's interesting to see.
That's wonderful. We're talking with Amber Lakey. She's a sophomore at Munford High School. She is our Star Student of the Month, and she's joined by Nefertiti LeBeau, who's a science teacher at Munford High School. And how long has a new school been in operation there?
Oh.
Well, it's not new school now, but I don't guess, but...
not fairly new.
Yeah.
Fairly new.
And as far as the high school itself,
yes.
Who is the principal there and that kind of thing?
Principal Tim Young and Assistant Principal Devonna Strickland.
Okay. All right. We're talking with representatives from Munford High School this morning. Amber Lakey is our Star Student of the Month, and you're involved with the archery team.
Yes.
How do you like that?
I love archery. I've been doing archery since 6th grade. My math teacher, Miss Darby, got me involved, and it's definitely something else I'm very passionate about. I'm currently captain of the archery team, and we're working on getting to nationals.
So that's competition and things like that, right? Have y'all done well in the county? Do y'all have a county archery tournament or anything?
Yes, we just recently took regionals, and hopefully we've qualified for state based on those results.
Now, what do you like so much about archery?
Archery is it's an athletic sport, but it's not one where you have to be buff and exactly extremely athletic to participate.
Kind of like me, you know. We're talking, of course, with Amber Lakey, who's a sophomore over at Munford High School in North Talladega County. And when you get out of school, you got a couple more years to go, you'll be entering your junior year before you know it. How would you like to be thought of as you transfer or move from the 10th grade to the 11th grade? What do you want this sophomore class to think of you?
Hard worker.
Okay.
Hard worker, persevering and never giving up, motivated to do well in school.
Ms. LeBeau, did you see that in her last year?
Oh, yes, sir. She is definitely a go-getter and hard work. She doesn't settle for less whatsoever. And I noticed that within my class, she is the overachiever, and she will not settle whatsoever. So definitely, I think she came out of my class with close to 100 average, and that is a very challenging class. So I know the hard work and dedication that she put into the course.
Amber Lakey is our Star Student of the Month from Munford High School. What do you want to do after your high school career?
I want to be an editor, like for novels and books, but if that doesn't work out necessarily, I want to go into the science field, possibly chemistry.
Do you like to read?
I love to read. Oh, I love reading. That's my free time is reading and archery, and I spend time with my family.
All right. Speaking of your family, talk about your family a little bit this morning, too.
I live with my mom and my little brother and my grandmother and my cousin, and they just mean the world to me. I would do anything for them.
I bet they do. I bet they are so important to you. Once you finish your high school career, have you looked at a university where you'd like to go, or are you just kind of surveying the scene now?
I'm just looking around. I'm not really sure. Every university seems to have its own pros and cons, and it's really hard to make a decision right now.
Mm-hmm. Ms. LeBeau, how far can this young lady go?
Oh, sky's the limit. I have no doubt about that. And I'm just eager and excited to see what she decides to do because I know that she will excel and do very, very well.
Both of you this morning, if you would, a lot of kids out of school, and this broadcast goes into about 550,000 households with charter cable. So a lot of a viewing audience potentially here this morning. What's so important about your education that you drive yourself to the extent that you do?
The education is most important because I think that it doesn't matter what kind of household you come from or the income, if you get a good education, you can make a good way for yourself. You can make a life. Education is the way to success. If you get a good education, it doesn't matter what kind of home you're from or how your family was or your income, you will make it with an education.
Ms. LeBeau, as a teacher,
yes.
How do you see the importance of young ladies and young men furthering their education? And you know, we had a student on here last week that was in the 8th grade, and they have been an honor roll student from kindergarten through the 8th grade. Wow. And you just think, man, our kids are growing up in a 59.5 was a passing grade for me when I was in school. So things have changed a whole lot. The importance of bringing up young men, young ladies like Amber, to be a part of our culture in America.
Definitely. I just try to be a living, walking, talking example and role model for the kids to give them a direction and kind of educate them on what's important in life, and just a great education, something that you will have for the rest of your life, something that you can always fall back on. So, I try to just really empower them and move them in the right directions.
We're talking this morning with Amber Lakey, who's a sophomore at Munford High School, and she is our Star Student of the Month. What is a parliamentarian of the FBLA? What is that?
The FBLA is the Future Business Leaders of America, and the parliamentarian is the one who makes sure that we are following procedures and rules correctly within our chapter at Munford.
Oh my goodness. Regulations.
Yes.
Do you hit the gavel sometime and say, hey, we got to get back in here now? You're a member of the Senior Beta Club, and you tutor fellow high schoolers and younger students, and that's got to be so important to you.
Yes, I love to tutor because younger students sometimes don't realize the importance of education, and I'm glad I get the opportunity to imprint that on them about how important it really is to pay attention in school and learn and absorb what the teacher is saying. And sometimes they just don't get that at school without a little extra help, and I get to give the little extra push.
Do you get to volunteer in the community much? I know a lot of kids are volunteers for this, that, and the other in their communities. I know Munford's a special place for you.
Yes. In the Senior Beta Club, it's primarily volunteering that we do, and we usually volunteer at the Senior Citizen Center. Sometimes we'll go to the elementary school and we'll read to the younger students as well.
Wow. What's some of your favorite reading that you like to do?
Mostly fiction, like fantasy. I really love mystery novels. Mystery novels are close to my heart as well.
Do you, when you read, do you read a lot when you start reading a novel or whatever it is, or do you just kind of read a little bit?
Usually I'll sit down to read a book and expect to read for 20 minutes, and it'll be 7 hours before I get out of bed and done with the book.
Now, you, Ms. LeBeau was your science teacher last year.
Yes.
And you kind of like science too?
Yes, I do love science. She taught biology, and biology led into chemistry for me when I went into 10th grade. And chemistry, I really love it because it's like math, but it's not math. Mm-hmm. It ties in real world situations. Mm-hmm. So if English and language arts is not the field I choose, it will definitely be chemistry.
Ms. LeBeau, Amber mentioned something a little bit earlier about encouraging kids to, no matter what type household you come from or background you come from, your future is so important.
Yes.
And I know you encourage students, and maybe there's some watching this morning, your AA week, and they're saying AA just sucks, I got to go back to school. But that attitude won't get them far in this world, will it?
No, it will not. And I oftentimes will pull Amber along with some of her other fellow classmates in to just simply give the current freshmen a word of advice. Tell them a little bit, not only about my class, but what to expect in the future. What kind of give them something to look forward to. All of her hard work and dedication needs to be announced to the world, and she's a living example of what could really happen. She's excellent, and she makes our job really, really easy. But just the importance of education overall, you want to have something that you can look back at and feel grateful about. And that's definitely what we have in Amber right here.
Fantastic. Amber Lakey, a sophomore at Munford High School, is our Star Student of the Month. She's joined by Ms. LeBeau, who's a teacher at Munford High and was Amber's science teacher in 2016 or 2015 and 16. Thank you both for being here with us this morning.
Thank you.
We got more Daybreak coming up right after this.
This Star Student of the Month was brought to you by TV 47. Tune in to Daybreak weekdays at 6:30 a.m. for your Star Student of the Month.